Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about the FusionDock Pro 3 by iVANKY. They sent it over for review and I want to thank them for it. But let's get a look at my desktop because I had another video out and I wasn't happy with the placement of where I put it and how I had the cables. And it looks a lot nicer now and I've had a few days now to play with it. So let's get a look at the desktop and see what you guys think. Alright, so here's my desktop setup right here. I'm running two monitors, 32-inch 1080p over here, and a 5K, which is equivalent to 227s over here, 49-inch widescreen. So my monitor setup never seems to match the normal criteria of, let's say, two 4Ks or whatever, but this is what I got, and this is what I'm using. It's an OLED screen. Very nice. There is always caveats, and some of the things about it are not so nice. But anyway, down here in the corner, I have the iVANKY FusionDock Pro 3. I pushed it back to the wall, which made it look a lot better. Moved my speakers around, so the desktop is a lot cleaner now. It's got a nice look to it. Everything is in order now. I wasn't too pleased with it before. I got the MacBook Pro M4 Pro out, put back in the back corner there. Everything's out of my way. Gives me more of a desktop view. A more work area surface on my desktop. Let's see if I can get a look over the top here. Trying to use a gimbal here that is... There we go. Okay, so that's looking down. There's a lot of cables because there's a lot of drives. I showed you the other day, if you saw that video, there is a lot of connections going on there. But when it's back here in the front, it looks very clean. There is no clutter. Okay, looking at the left drive, we are talking about the enclosure with the Samsung 990 EVO going into the FusionDock Pro 3. And you look at the speeds, 5594 write and a 5489 read. And that speed is fantastic. It is great. Moving on to the middle column, you see the SSD drive. That enclosure is going straight to the MacBook, which is 5496. 3410, and that's going to change here, 5259 and 5621 that is. So moving over to the right column, you're looking at the SSD drive of the MacBook 4 M4, and it's slower than the external enclosures. I think it's a win-win. The iVANKY FusionDock Pro 3 with Thunderbolt 5 is fast. This is how it sits underneath my monitor. And I've got my cell phone charging right here. So we have the audio coming out from the headphone jack. We've got the SD card right here with I've got a micro SD card adapter going in so that I can do my footage off of my drone or whatever. I've got this USB-A to USB-C charging my phone right there. You can see it's got 92%, 22 until full. We have the monitor coming out. This is going to the 49-inch monitor. We have the laptop coming in. Now these are all Thunderbolt 5. We have the orange LED showing power on. We have the blue LED showing that we have Thunderbolt 5 connections. And there is an on-off switch. So moving on to the back, we have a lot of connections here. I'm going to pull it out. We have power going in right here. We have Thunderbolt 5 coming from my Thunderbolt 5 enclosure. Now I have another adapter coming in right here. It's in the Thunderbolt 5 port, but it's going out to this, and I have two hard drives plugged into that on the two USB-A hard drives that are in RAID array, and I also have a mini USB card reader over there. Not a card reader, but a memory stick. I've got the 2.5 gigahertz Ethernet connection plugged in. And then I have another RAID array of two spinning hard drives coming into these USB-A ports right there. Over here we have one more connection, and that is a backup drive. 2 terabyte spinning drive for RAID for backup, for the Time Machine backup. So, looking over the back here,
There is a stack of drives right there. Actually a total of 5 drives. Then my Thunderbolt 5 enclosure that has the Samsung 990 Evo in it. And then I have 4 spinning drives there. I have a spinning drive right here sitting on top of the speaker. That's my backup. I have this connector here going in with the 2 drives going in with the small memory stick in the back there. I think that's 512. And coming back around, there's the iVANKY. There's a FusionDock Pro 3, Thunderbolt 5. Here's your Thunderbolt 5 single cable going out to the dock, running all those drives. And I do have the 8K coming in here right at the moment because I have the 32-inch plugged into this other adapter. Let me close this Final Cut Pro over here. All right, so here's my drives. I've got the Time Machine drive. I've got the 1 terabyte micro that's plugged into the laptop permanently. I've got the Evo SSD drive. I've got my Work 2 drive. This is 10 terabytes. I've got my micro SD. I've got the mini drive. That's the one that's back on that other adapter. And then I have my Work 1 drive, and my Work 1 drive is 8 terabytes. And here is the original Macintosh, the built-in one. So there is several drives here. This is the front of the unit. Looks really nice on the desk. Now it runs a little warm, but not too warm. I think considering all the amount of drives and cables that I have plugged in going to my MacBook Pro, M4 Pro, no cables on the other side. This is all in all, it's a pretty nice clean setup. Now there is one thing. When the MacBook Pro goes to sleep, I get an audio hum as soon as the laptop shuts off. So if you want to get around that, I recommend plugging in your audio jack directly. Plug it in directly to the laptop. Then it won't give you that audio hum.